Good morning to all of you. Today, this is the video lesson for day 24. So, in the last class, we have been discussing about the problems to find out the centroid of some plane areas of composite sections. So, in this class also, we'll solve some more problems on the composite sections, that is the combination of the simple standard figures. Now we'll go to the PPT. Now, so in this class, the major topic is the geometric properties of sections, and we'll solve the problems on centroid. So, in the last class, we have been discussing about the problems and some of the composite areas like this, and this problem also we have studied in the last class. Now we'll go to the next problem. So take down this problem. Locate the centroid of the composite figure as shown below with respect to x and y axis. And here the figure is given. So you can draw this figure. Here the one of the important thing is the x-axis and y-axis are defined and they are meeting at a point O. So the point O is the origin, and then the OX and OY are the reference axis. So the OX is nothing but the bottommost side, and the OY is nothing but the leftmost side of the rectangle. So generally, if not given also, we have to take like that, but in some cases they also will depend according to the reference axis. We have to find out the centroid. So now take down the problem, draw the figure, and this problem is mainly comprising of the three standard figures. They are rectangle, triangle, and semicircle. So the rectangle is having a width of 30 millimeters and depth of 15 millimeters, whereas the triangle is having a base of 30 millimeters and height of 15 millimeters, and the radius of the semicircle is 15 millimeters. Now this is the given problem. And here also they have defined the reference axis as OX and OY. Then we have to find out the centroid. We have to find out and locate the centroid of the given composite figure. Now coming to the solution, here the given figure is a combination of the rectangle, triangle and semicircle. Therefore, we have to divide the given figure into the three standard figures, as the portion 1 is called rectangle, portion 2 is called triangle, portion 3 is called semicircle. Now the dimensions will be known. So here for the rectangle we know 30 by 15, and for the triangle it is 30 by 15, that is the 30 is base and 15 is the height. And for the semicircle, the radius is equal to 15 millimeters. Now accordingly we have to subdivide the given figure into the number of known standard figures as rectangle, triangle and semicircle. Now this table we know very well, so we have to remember this table, and by using this table we can able to calculate the centroids. Here one of the important thing that we have to know is this the given figure is neither symmetrical to x-axis nor symmetrical to y-axis. So it is not symmetrical to any axis. So the centroid will not be lying on either x-axis or y-axis. So therefore the centroid will be having the two coordinates, that is the x coordinate and y coordinate. So therefore we have to find out the both the coordinates to locate the centroid for the given composite area. Now coming to the rectangle, so as you know that now we know this table. So in the table we got the serial number, area, x distance, that is x bar, and the term a into x, and the y bar, then the term a into y. So now coming to the first one, that is the rectangle area. So it is having a base 30 and depth 15. So 30 into 15 becomes 450. And coming to the what is called the x distance. So from OY we have to take. So from the OY, the x1 is equal to, so it will be lying on the half of the midpoint of the base for the rectangle one, it will be lying at the midpoint of the base, that is half of the distance of the base, that is the half of the base, that is called x1 is equal to 30 by 2. So 30 by 2 means 15. Now the term a1 into x1, so 450 into 15 it becomes 6750. Next coming to the y1, so here the y means the reference axis is ox. From ox, so it is a for the rectangle, it will be lying at a distance of half of the height, that is 15 by 2 from ox. So the y1 is becoming 15 by 2, it is equal to 7.5 millimeters. Now a1 into y1 is nothing but the 450 into 7.5, it is becoming 3375. Now coming to the second figure, triangle. The triangle is having a base 30 and height 15 millimeters. So the area is equal to half into base into height, here half into 30 into 15, 0.5 into 30 into 15, that is equal to 225. Now coming to the x2 for the triangle 2. So x2 means the distance, so we have to take it from the OY axis, from the left edge, that OY. So from that OY, so generally for the triangle, so it is lying at a distance of b by 3 from this face, or 2b by 3 from this side. So that is 2 into 30 by 3. So 2 into 30 means it becomes 60. 60 by 3 means 20. So y2 is equal to, that is x2 also, x2 20. So x2 is equal to 2 into 30 by 3. So that is becoming 60 by 3, it is equal to 20. Now the term a2 into x2 becoming 4500. Now coming to the y2. So here for the triangle 2, so it is lying at a distance of h by 3 from this base of the triangle. So this is the base. So but we need from here. So whatever this height is there, that we have to add this height to this height. So here it is already, it is 15 up to here. 15 plus this is 15 by 3. So 15 by 3 becomes 5. So 15 plus 5 becoming 20. So y2 is equal to 20. Now the term a2 into y2. So same thing will happen. So that is 225 into 20. It is becoming 4500. Now coming to the third figure. So that is the third one is the semicircle having a radius of 15 millimeters. So first the area is equal to pi into r square by 2. Generally the pi r square is the area for the full circle. Here we got a semicircle, nothing but the half of the circle. So therefore the area is equal to pi into r square by 2. So pi into r square by 2 is becoming 353.25 square millimeters. And now coming to the x1 distance. So here the coming to the x1, sorry, x3. So that is from here we have to take. So generally for this semicircle, because this semicircle itself, the third figure itself is symmetrical about this x-axis passing to the centroid here, passing to the what is called this center of this semicircle. So it will lying at a distance of how much? So generally at a distance of, here we can take from the formula. So it is called, so that is 6.36 from this. So we have to add, but we require the x3 from this OY axis. So this is where this 30 we should add 30 plus 6.36. So it is becoming x3 is equal to 36.36 millimeters. Now the a3 into y3 becomes 353.25 into 36.36. It is becoming 12847.359 square cubic millimeters. Now the coming to the y3. So here y3 means so here, so how much distance from this OX axis? So generally, so here from the semicircle, because it is semicircle, it is lying on this x axis. So this is called how much distance? So it is r by, that is a distance of d by 2, r, that is also equal to r, that is nothing but the 15. So y3 is becoming 15. So now the term a3 into y3 is becoming, so how much, 353.25 into 15, it is becoming 5298.78. Now we got all the terms. Now here there is no question of subtracting because all are the, there is no cutout parts, so all are adding, all are composing a given figure. So these three standard figures are combined to form the composite figure. Therefore we should add, so sigma ai is equal to the total area becoming 1028.25 square millimeters. Now the sigma ai into xi, that is nothing but the a1 into x1 plus a2 into x2 plus a3 into x3. It is becoming 24097.349 cubic millimeters. Now the term algebraic sum of the sigma ai into yi, nothing but the a1 into y1 plus a2 into y2 plus a3 into y3. It is becoming 13173.75. Now with the given values, then we can find out the centroid values. We know the equation x bar is equal to sigma ax by sigma a, that is nothing but the 24097.349 by 1028.25. It is equal to 23.45 millimeters. Now coming to the y coordinate, that is the distance of the centroid from the x-axis, that is yx, that is the y coordinate. Y bar is equal to sigma ay by sigma a. It is equal to 13173.75 by 1028.25. So it is equal to 12.81 millimeters. So here the x coordinate, that is the distance of the centroid from the OY, that is x coordinate is equal to 23.45 millimeters, and the y coordinate, that is the distance of centroid from the OX, is equal to 12.81 millimeters. So here this we can show here, so like this. So it is 12 point something and 24. So here the, what are the values? X is equal to 23 and y is equal to 12. X is equal to 23. So 23 means somewhere here it is coming, and y is equal to how much? Y is equal to, it is 12.81. So 12.81 means somewhere here. So 23 and 12. So 23 means somewhere here it may come, and 12. So so exactly approximately at the point of the cursor, the centroid of the given figure is lying. In this way, we have to mention the coordinates for the centroid. Now, so in this way, we have to, in the present case, they have given a, it is composed of a rectangle, triangle, and semicircle. Like that, any type of combinations may be given. So we have to divide the given figure into the known standard areas. Then we have to find out x1, x2, x3, and y2, y2, y1, y2, y3, a1, a2, a3, and the terms a1, x1, and a1, y1, and so on. And then we have to find out the centroid by using the formula x bar is equal to sigma ai into xi by sigma ai, and y bar is equal to sigma ai into yi by sigma ai. So like that. Next, coming to the another problem. So, so this is a problem. So you take this problem, determine the centroid of a given portion. A semicircle area is removed from the trapezium as shown in the figure. So this is the figure given. Basically, it is a trapezium. Trapezium also nothing but a combination of the what, a rectangle and triangle, and from which a semicircle is removed or a semicircle is cut out. So we are supposed to find out the centroids for the remaining area. Here what is happening is the total trapezium is nothing but the rectangle 1 and triangle 2, and from that we have to remove the semicircle, or we have to direct the semicircle. So here we have to add 1 and 2, and we have to subtract the 3 from that. So 1 plus 2 minus 3. So in this way we can able to get the answer for the question. Now this is the figure, you can write, and this trapezium is having a base of 80 millimeters, and one side is 40 millimeters, the other side is 60 millimeters, and a semicircle is cut from the trapezium from the right bottom corner, having a diameter of 40 millimeters. So this is the description about the figure. Now you can draw this figure and then divide the given figure into the known standard areas. First you can draw the figure. Simply you draw the trapezium, and from that a semicircle is cut out. So we will try a semicircle at the right bottom corner, and this semicircle is cut out, and the remaining is the figure 1 and 2 is remaining. Now you have to divide this. The first step is divide this in the solution. The here also it is not symmetrical about any axis. It is neither symmetrical to x-axis or not symmetrical to y-axis. So it will have the both coordinates, that is the coordinate x and coordinate y for the centroid. So we are supposed to find out the both coordinates, that is x and y. And for this purpose we should, first of all we should define the reference axis. So here generally we'll take the bottom edge will be the x-axis, and left most edge is the y-axis. So the same thing here also, the bottom edge can be taken as the x-axis, and the left edge can be taken as the y-axis. And from that we have to find out the x1, x2, x3, and y1, y2, y3, and accordingly we have to find out the coordinates of the centroid. So first of all we have to divide the given figure into the three standard areas as the rectangle 1, triangle 2, and semicircle 3. The rectangle 1 is having a base of the width of 80 millimeters, and height of 40 mm. So this is the base, this is the height, and the triangle, the base is 80 and the height is here 60 minus 40, 20. The height is 20, base is 80. And for the semicircle, we know the diameter is 40 mm, nothing but the radius is equal to 20 millimeters. So like this we have to divide. Then so table, we know very well about the table, and this is very important, and we should remember this table and draw the table and enter the data in that table. So first one is the rectangle one. So for the rectangle, the area is equal to base into height, that is 80 into 40, that is 3200. And now coming to the x1. So x1 means here, from here, this is the y-axis. So the total width is 80. So 80 by 2. So that is 40. So x1 is equal to 40. And the term a1 and x1 becoming 128,000. Now coming to the y1. So for the same rectangle, so this is the base, this is x-axis, and from here it is a distance of half of the height, that is 40 by 2. So 40 by 2 means how much? 20. And the term a1 into y1 is becoming 64,000. Now coming to the serial number 2, that is triangle. So triangle is equal to half into, so this is the triangle, half into base into height, half into 80 into 20. So it is becoming 800. Now coming to the x2, for the triangle, the x means from here. So from this end, it is acting at a distance of 2, 2 by 3 into base, that is 2 by 3 into 80. So 2 by 3 into 80 is becoming 53.33 millimeters. Now that this term A2 into X2 is becoming 42,664. Now coming to the Y2. So here y2 means for the triangle. So from this base we have to take. So because this is the x-axis, from here we have to take. So generally for the triangle, from here to here, the h by 3. That is, here the height of the triangle is 20. So 20 by 3 from this point. But we require from this point. So we have to add this 40 plus 20 by 3. So 40 plus 20 by 3, it is becoming 46.67, and the term A2 into Y2 is equal to 37336. Now coming to the third part, that is the third figure is the semicircle. So here the area is equal to 5 into r square by 2. So here the r is equal to 40 by 2, that is 20. So that we know the area. And coming to the x1. So x1 means x3. X3 is equal to from here. So it is 2 by 3 into h. So that it is becoming the x3 is equal to, so it is become 40 plus 40 by 2. So from here, so x3 means, so from this point. So this is 40 and this is 40 by 3 from here, from this axis, this place, this point. So 40 plus 40 by 2. So generally it is, so because here this figure is symmetrical about y axis, so it is lying at this point, the midpoint, at the midpoint of the center, that is 40 by 2 from this edge. So 40 plus 40 by 2, that is 40 plus 20, it is 60. X is equal to 60. Now we know the term, this is becoming 37698, and here it is mentioned as negative because we have to subtract, because it has been removed from the given figure. Now coming to the y3, y coordinate, that is y3. You know very well about y3. So what is the y3? This is nothing but the, so 4r by 3 pi for the semicircle, it is called 4 into r by 3 pi from this line, because this line and x axis both are coinciding. So the same distance from the x axis. So it's equal to, the x is equal to 4 in 4r by 3 pi, that is 4 into 40 by 3 pi. So it will be becoming 8.49 millimeters. And the term a3 into y3 becoming 533.4.27. And here also we have taken negative because it has to be removed. So now the total is becoming 3371, because here this do we have to add, that is, so this is becoming 4000 minus 628.3, so it is becoming 3371.7. Now we know the sigma ai into xi. So here also we have to add these two terms and we have to subtract this one. So this is becoming 132,966. And here also sigma a into y. So we have to add these two terms and we have to subtract this one because it has been removed. So this term is become 96001.73. Now we can find out the values of the x bar and y bar as per the formula. So x bar is equal to sigma ax by a, that is equal to 132,966 by 3371.7. It is becoming 39.44 millimeters. And the y bar, so is equal to sigma uv by sigma a. It is becoming 96001.73 by 3371.7. It is equal to 28.47 millimeters. So in this way, the position of the centroid from a y-axis, that is x bar is equal to 39.44, and the position of the centroid from the ox, that is x-axis, is equal to y bar is equal to 28.47. So the coordinates of the centroid is equal to 39.44 mm and 28.47 millimeters. So here the very important thing is the same thing, because it is composed of the three standard figures, but however the third figure is cut out, therefore we have to add the 1 2 and we have to subtract the semicircle, that is the figure 3. In this way we can able to obtain the what is called centroid of the given figures like this. Next we will move to the another problem. So here the x is equal to the 39 and y is equal to 28. So x is equal to 39 means so it is somewhere here 39 and y is equal to 28. 28 means here somewhere here. So somewhere here the at the point of the cursor, the because due to the removal of that semi circular part, so it is lying. So it is 60. So somewhere here, so at this point, so at the point of the cursor 28, so like this, somewhere at this, at the exact, so approximately at the point of the cursor, the centroid is acting on the body. Now we'll move to the next problem. So this is the another problem, similar, very similar to that of the above only, but the only thing is it is a trapezium, and from which a semicircle is cut out, and we are required to find out the centroid. So now take this problem. A semicircle of 90 radius is cut out from a trapezium section shown in the figure. Find out the centroid of the section. So here what is happening is actually it was a trapezium, full trapezium, but a semicircle having a radius of 90 millimeters is cut out. Now only the remaining figure is after removal of that semicircle, whatever remains, that is the remaining figure, that is section. So whatever the hatched part, that hatched part is the remaining section, and for that we are supposed to find out the centroid. And here one important thing is the given figure is symmetrical about y-axis. Because it is symmetrical about y-axis, the center of gravity or the centroid is lying on y-axis. Only thing is we need to find out the x coordinate of the given problem. So because y coordinate we know very well at the center of the semicircle, because it is the y-axis is splitting the given figure into the two exactly equal halves. Therefore the centroid is lying on the y-axis, which is at the center point. That is nothing but the distance of 150 millimeters from the left edge. Now we need to find out only the y coordinate, and so for this also we have to say the reference axis, because for any figure we have to firstly mention the reference axis. So here also AB is the bottommost edge. So AB is the x-axis, and the point A, the vertical line joining the point A, will be the leftmost edge. That is the point A is nothing but that is the starting point for the y-axis. So therefore the y-axis is the leftmost edge starting with point A, and the x-axis is the bottommost point, that is the AB. So from the AB now we have to find out the y bar, so the height of the centroid. Now coming to the solution part. So this section is we know that it is having a trapezium, and from which a semicircle is cut out. Therefore we have to divide the given figure into two portions. That is the first one is the trapezium, and second one is the semicircle. And the problem in the question is the portion 2 is cut out from the portion 1. Then so we have to subtract the portion 1 from the portion 2. Then accordingly we have to find out the centroid. Now come, we know the table. So here because we don't know what is called x value. X value you know very well. It is because it is symmetrical about the y-axis. So the centroid is lying at the midpoint. So that x is not required, only the y is required. Therefore we have modified the table, and because that x is not there, even if you have a table, you can put it as zeros for all x. So all become 0. Now the for the part 1, area of the trapezium. So you know very well the area of the trapezium is equal to, so here what is that area? So the height is equal to 120, and one side is 300, the other side is 200. So 200 plus 300 or 300 or 300 plus 200 by 2, that is 500 by 2 into 120 will give the area. So 500 by 2 into 120 will give the 3000. Now coming to the y1. So for the whole trapezium as a whole, the y1 is, that is the height of the centroid, is lying at a distance of half of the height, that is the height is 120, so half of the height means 120 by 2, so y1 is equal to 120 by 2, that is equal to, so here half of the, sorry, here we got the formula, that is 2 by 3 into, for the, from that formula we can recall it back, and we know that that is va plus b by a plus b into 2 by 3. So with that formula we'll get y1 is equal to 56 millimeters, and the term a into a1 into y1 is becoming 1680000. Now coming to the second figure. Second figure is a, what here it is a semicircle. The area is equal to pi r square by 2. That is the area, and it is shown in negative because we have to subtract. And coming to the y2, that is y coordinate. Y coordinate means, so the again here the only the semicircle part 2 is again symmetrical about y-axis, and it is lying on the y-axis, and that y2 is equal to how much, for the semicircle we know that y bar is equal to 4 into r by 3 pi. Here by substituting the values we will get the required value, that is y2 is equal to 116.86, and the term a into y becoming 486,000, but it is shown as negative because we have to subtract this one. Now we have found the sum of the sigma a, that is the algebraic sum of the area. Here the from 3000 we have to subtract this area, then the remaining area is the 17276.54 square millimeters, and the term sigma, algebraic sum of the sigma a into y, that is nothing but the, we have to subtract the second part, the value of the second part from the value of the first one. So 168,000 minus 486,000, it is becoming 119,119, it is 119,4000. Now we know the formula. The formula is y bar is equal to sigma a by sigma a. So by substituting the values, y bar is known as, y bar is coming to as 69.1 millimeters. So now the centroids, the coordinate of the centroid is equal to, means since the x bar is lying on the y axis, so the x value is equal to 0 and y value is equal to 69.1 millimeters. So this is the coordinate. So x is equal to 0, y is equal to 69.1. So that means here, so x is lying on this only, or it is at a distance of 150 from this point, from the left edge, and it is a distance of 69. So that means it is oftenly 69 means somewhere here. So at the approximately at the cursor point, the centroid of the given figure is acting. So in this way we have to find out the centroids for the given areas. Now, so with this we'll stop today, and we'll come to the summary. In this class we have solved some of the problems pertaining to the centroids of the plane sections and also complex sections. So suppose the portion is cut out or deleted, then the centroid of the remaining area also can be found by subtracting the area from that. And here probably we know that the coming to the quiz point, a plane was divided into three portions, 1, 2, 3, and out of those portions, 2 will be rejected. So then the centroid of the remaining part. That means, so we have to subtract the second part. That is, so here it is given for the y and y bar, and here this is the minus area shown here. So this is the correct answer. That is the answer B is the correct one. And this is one of the figure for the exercise, and you are supposed to find out the centroid. So locate the centroid of the following sections. So this is a section in which we got the three parts. So first one is the bigger rectangle and a triangle, and a third one is smaller rectangle. Here what is happening is the smaller rectangle is cut out from the bigger one. Then we have to find out the centroid of the remaining part. So after removing the rectangle portion inside it, so we are supposed to find out the centroid of the remaining area after cutting the smaller rectangle. So this also can be found by using the method adapted for the previous problem. So with this, I am stopping the today's class at this point, and next class we are going to study some more problems, and we are going to solve and find out the location of the centroids for the other figures. Thank you. Thank you all.